These are the two deputies from last night's deadly traffic stop. Deputy Brandon Sikes was killed while Deputy Gavin White was injured when alleged suspect James Blake Montgomery shot them during an altercation. Behind me, you can see where Columbia County deputies surrounded the RV as they tried to get inside. I-20 was shut down for hours going into the early morning as deputies worked to get to the suspect. Today, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office gave more details about what happened last night. Your Sydney Hood was there, and Sydney, walk us through what you've learned.
Well, Hallie, I want you to take a look over here on I-20. We're standing on the Bel Air Road overpass, and as you can see, a very different scene compared to what we saw out here 24 hours ago. This started as a traffic stop, and it ended with one deputy dead and another in the hospital. Columbia County Sheriff Clay Whittle says deputies conducted a traffic stop on a motorhome driven by James Blake Montgomery between mile markers 193 and 194, just west of the Bel Air Road exit. Sheriff Whittle says as deputies spoke to Montgomery, he was cooperative. Deputies informed Montgomery they had a protective order for domestic violence between him and his wife.
As two of the deputies turned to walk away from the motorhome to go back to their patrol vehicle, Mr. Montgomery produced a 9mm AR pistol that he had converted into a fully automatic weapon. And he fired on 3 deputies from the sheriff's office, striking 2 of them.
In addition to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Whittle listed about 10 other agencies assisting them last night. While we were on scene out here, we noticed drones in the sky and deputies using robots. And then around midnight, we noticed flashlights inside the motorhome.
Once we determined that Mr. Montgomery was deceased inside the motorhome, we could see items in the motorhome by way of the drones and the robot that resembled bomb material. And it was in fact that. Mr. Montgomery had pipe bombs and other paraphernalia in the motorhome, one of which was rigged with a remote switch inside the motorhome.
Sheriff Whittle says the Richmond County and SLED bomb squads had to carefully breach the motorhome, to which he says they found several more handguns, numerous magazines, and numerous boxes of additional ammo. So a lot of new information we got today, and a lot of information that helped us piece together what we were watching out here just 24 hours ago. And like I mentioned earlier, Hallie, a completely different scene out here, a somber one, in fact. As I was coming in just before I got off on the Bel Air Road exit on I-20, I noticed a memorial growing just near mile marker 194. I noticed some flowers people were placing in the guardrails on the westbound side of I-20.
Just a sad situation all around. Thank you, Sydney. Our hearts continue to get heavier as we learn more details, and we're so grateful for the men and women who put their lives on the line daily to keep us safe. Thanks, Sydney. And once again, here's a look at those deputies. Brandon Sikes, he's been with the Columbia County Sheriff's Office since 2018, serving on the crime suppression team. His wife also works at the Sheriff's Office. His autopsy will be Monday. The second deputy, Gavin White, was injured during the shooting, and Sheriff Whittle says he has a long road to recovery ahead of him, but he's very upbeat and strong. Whittle says as the suspect was firing at the officers, Deputy Andrew Brown was able to drag White's body to a patrol car while during the shooting and rush him to the hospital, likely saving his life. White is recovering at Wellstar after having surgery this morning.